One person is dead tonight after a car accident in Colombia. We'll show you the aftermath.
Bad weather all over the Midwest. We'll tell you how many people are affected and just how many tornadoes touched down today.
And a meningitis outbreak on a college campus. Why an unapproved vaccine is a strong option. KOMU 8 News at 9 starts now.
Live from Studio 8A. Coverage you can count on in high definition. This is KOMU 8 News at 9.
One person is dead tonight after he crashed his car in Colombia. Good evening. I'm McLeod.
And I'm Brittany Pieper. Thanks for joining us. The accident happened at the intersection of Grindstone Parkway and Rock Quarry Road. Police say the driver of the vehicle was 27-year-old Gabriel Watkins of Colombia.
Secure, empowered, and independent. That's how many gun owners feel having a firearm to protect themselves. KOMU 8 photojournalist Turner Twyman shows us one group training a rapidly growing demographic to feel that same sense of security. We're spending less this holiday season, yet a big retailer is opening early for Black Friday. KOMU 8's William Joy is here with your weekly market report. Police say they still do not have a suspect after 4 people were shot on Madison Street in Jefferson City late last night. 3 of the victims were treated at a local hospital and 1 victim was transferred to a Columbia hospital. Jamie Shepard says she and her son were closing their restaurant when they heard gunshots. She called the police and says they arrived quickly. Shepard is concerned about incidents like these happening near up-and-coming areas of the city. KOMU 8 News spoke to 3 residents who live within a block of the shooting location. Donna Heather said she saw police arrest a man in her front yard shortly after the shooting, but police say a suspect has not been found. At least 50 tornadoes swept through the Midwest today, causing the most damage in Illinois. This is the damage of the Illinois town of Gifford, about 10 miles north of Champaign. It took a direct hit from a tornado this afternoon. The tornado destroyed nearly 20 homes and damaged dozens of other houses and businesses. Nearly 3 hours south in New Minden, the tornado killed 2 people. The Affordable Care Act has been a hot topic in Washington and across the country lately. Republicans and Democrats putting very different spins on the future of health care reform, but both sides agree the act will have a big impact on the 2014 election. Brian Moore has the story from Washington. The Washington Post reports the White House is hoping 80% of the people who sign up on the official site will actually be able to purchase health care. That means as many as 1 in 5 may not be successful. Come Friday, it will be 50 years since JFK was assassinated.
What some of the theorists are saying about that day back in '63.
A Columbia nonprofit moved into a bigger facility today in hopes of making a bigger impact. Como Cares provides resources for families with children 5 and younger. A little more than a year after its founding, the organization is spreading its roots. Its new facility will house toys, clothes, diapers, and other necessities. The organization's president says the community has been very helpful. Como Cares says it needs kids-size hangers and size 4 and 5 diapers. The shop will not open until December 4th with a ribbon cutting on the 7th. Here in mid-Missouri, we saw some tornado watches and lots of strong wind. But what will the rest of the week be like? Rosie's here to let us know what to expect. A malfunctioning drone hit a Navy-guided missile cruiser in Southern California. You can see the damage right here. The drone hit the USS Chancellorsville during a training exercise yesterday, injuring 2 sailors. The accident happened while the ship was testing its combat weapons system off Point Mugu. The sailors were treated for minor burns, and the ship returned to Naval Base San Diego, where workers today patched the hole. The drone was being used to test the ship's radar. A Hannibal native's short film is getting rave reviews at film festivals. Gretel Klagist, who grew up in Hannibal, wrote a poem about the sexual abuse she suffered as a child from a family friend. The poem is now the film Happy Hour. The film was the winner for excellence in cinematography at an international film festival last month. The 4th annual Fall into Art Festival brought more than 50 artists from across Missouri to Columbia this weekend to showcase and sell their work. Art demonstrations, music, and creativity filled the halls of the Parkade Center. Everything from weaving to wood carving to photography to jewelry was on display. There was even a chance for event goers to vote for their favorite artist. Artists say events like this give them a chance to present their hard work to a large group of people. Nieuwenhausen says the event has grown in size each year, and she hopes to have 70 artists next year with an even bigger variety of booths. Tonight, officials are looking for answers after a plane crashes in Moscow. At least 24 people are dead after heavy rain triggered floods and landslides in Vietnam today. Officials say 80,000 people have been displaced after water filled their homes. According to reports, floodwaters have started to recede in some areas, allowing residents to return home. Binh Dinh was the worst hit area where 12 people died. Local media report the situation could get worse if rain keeps filling up reservoirs at the hydropower plants. Thousands of police were forced to respond to an uprising in Athens, Greece today. It's in preparation for a march to mark the 40th anniversary of a 1973 student uprising against a 7-year dictatorship. That uprising is considered the beginning of the end for the military junta in Greece. This comes amid political polarization and anger over government policy in Greece, and a 55% unemployment rate, the highest in Europe. We are in the home stretch for the Missouri Tiger football team.
Coming up, find out how many teams the Tigers need to pass if they want to go to Pasadena.
The Snuggle House is now open in Madison, Wisconsin. This is a place where you can get a $60 an hour session with a professional snuggler. The owner says they specialize in just one thing, and that's cuddling. According to the Snuggle House's website, this is considered a form of touch therapy.
Tonight on KOMU 8 News, after the football game, girls and guns, why nearly 100 women are learning how to handle their firearms.
And on Sports Extra with Chris Gervino, we've got Mizzou football and the undefeated Chiefs, unless the Broncos take the win tonight. Stick around after the game for analysis, highlights, and more.
At least we'll see the sunshine. Always got to see the positive.
Thanks for joining us.
Have a good night.